about most women is that a lot of them are liars and they have selective morality. So they pick and choose when and where they want to have integrity. Selective morality, umeget. So it's very situational. Now, these are some of the 5 things that women lie about not liking, when on the real, they don't mind these things. Number 1, cheating. So, women do not hate cheating. Women hate being cheated on. Majority of women, if you have a conversation with them, you'll find out that at some point in their life, whether they were young, old, they've been the other woman, quote unquote. They've been the other woman to a cheating man. They had no problem being the side chick. They had no problem messing around with a man they knew was taken. But they will sit up in your face and tell you how horrible cheating is. Truth is, they only care when they are the ones being cheated on. And a lot of them, contrary to popular belief, don't actually hate being cheated on. They hate the embarrassment that comes with being cheated on when people find out. But if the man would cheat on her in secrecy, and only him and her knew that the cheating was going on, most of them really don't care. Number 2, for a lot of women, when it comes to mistreatment, they don't hate it as long as you can compensate them for it. Yeah? Like, you can actually mistreat them as long as the money is right. They'll give up their dignity and respect for money. A lot of them can be bought. So it doesn't matter how disrespectful that man is. It doesn't matter how terrible he treats her, as long as the compensation has something that makes sense, literally. So, by the way, guys, obviously not all women are like this, but most, turns out. Yeah, I remember even that the show, the series, The Polygamist. What happened to Joyce? Even her mom was telling her, Bana, leave this guy. But for some weird reason, because Jonasi was a baller, because he had the money, he was a successful businessman, and because Joyce's brand was tied to Jonasi's success and his money and this whole family thing, she literally stayed there no matter how much she was mistreated. And then number 3, women actually do not mind deadbeats. Hey, this is some serious nuance, manze. This is some nuanced knowledge. But hear me out before ukasirika sana. Women actually love deadbeats, especially when he can give her all his time. You think when she's going out on these dates and he's taking her out of the country and doing all this stuff, she's asking him, well, why aren't you spending this time with your kids? No, she doesn't care that he isn't spending this time with the kids, his kids. She doesn't care that she's not even hearing him talking about doing anything with his kids. She doesn't care that she has never seen him talk about sending money to the baby mama. Only person she cares about is her, as long as he is treating her good. And if she's got kids, she only cares about the treatment that he gives to her children. She only cares about her and her situation. I think you need to go and read the book called The Selfish Gene, right? Obviously, she's going to put herself first. You know what I mean? Yeah? Like, this one is not even surprising. Again, refer to the series The Polygamist. Kila mtu alikuwa na jali only matters to do with their children. Yeah. What's the other mama? So it's Joyce, Matipa, All right, so number 4, sorry. Women love attention. Yeah, so, apparently there's some women who are like, me, I don't do anything for attention. I just do it for myself. I want to look the part. Yeah, if people can appreciate my look, so be it. But me, I'm really doing it for myself. Turns out that's not true. Women absolutely love attention. Yeah, so they'll sit up and tell you and lie straight to your face and tell you that they don't do this for the attention. They don't do that for the attention. Listen, they absolutely love attention. They love male attention. As long as it's from a man that they want the attention from. It only gets questionable when it's a man that they don't like. But if it's a man that they like, absolutely, they don't mind that attention. In fact, they want more of it. Yeah? You think If her and her homegirl go out and they see a table full of high status men who are attractive, you think that they don't want to be approached by those men? Yeah, you think they don't want those men to have a conversation with them? Of course they do. Yeah. Yeah, so so in this article, this mama goes hard. She says, it's the ugly dudes that, that approach her, that bothers her. Yeah, that bothers women, especially attractive women. They just don't like being approached. They don't want to be given attention from men that they don't find appealing. Men that they consider to be kidogo broke. But they absolutely have no issue with attractive men shooting their shot, talking to them, conversating with them, and all those things. They love it. They love the attention, and they want more of it. They will go out of their way to get the attention from men. Never, ever get it twisted. Yeah, in fact, they'll even throw other women under the bus for attention. They'll do a lot of things to get attention. Listen, these are just nuanced facts, man. Nuance, real social dynamics. You can question these things in any, but if you look at it critically, yeah, especially if you're a lady, yeah, let's be real. The reason you're dressed like that is you want people to admire you. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, by the way. There are even some guys who thrive with attention. Anataka tu kuonekana. Those type of guys, they're loud, over dancing, cracking all these silly jokes, playing fight games, same-ish, different toilet, yeah, just different dynamics, yeah, but it's the same. I think there's also a bunch of guys who genuinely like attention, but I think for women, it's through the roof. And last but not least, number 5, a very uncomfortable truth over here. Despite what social media suggests sometimes, a lot of women still want marriage. Just look at the comments every time there's a proposal, a wedding post, and you will see the excitement from women. But you'll also see people quietly wishing it was their turn to get married. Wow. You'll often hear, quote unquote, if I wanted to get married, I could. And technically, that's true. Most people can find someone to marry. But the real question is, can you marry the person you actually want? Whoa, that's major. That's intense over there. That's very profound. Yeah, it's true. Let me tell you, you can actually, if you're at the age where you don't mind getting married, you can you're ready to start a family. If you're a decent looking human being, yeah, if you decide today that you're gonna get a partner, you're intentionally out there looking for a partner to marry you, utapata. The problem is, the question is, can you marry the person you actually are attracted to? That's the thing. Yeah? Unfortunately, most of us don't end up marrying the people that we are attracted to. We end up settling. Yeah? So if you're blessed to be with the person that you love, yeah, that you actually are attracted to, good for you, bro. Some of us were blessed and we thank God. I think also just taking your time, for me, prayer work. I told you how, if you're spiritual like some of us, yeah, if you genuinely pray to God and ask him to guide you and help you get the right partner, imagine he will. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think, yeah, it's true. Many women do want to get married. Yeah, regardless of all these mastoros you hear on social media. Oh, these days many women are not excited about marrying. Nah, trust me. The problem is they don't want to get married to, the issue here is they don't want to get married to the wrong person. They'd rather wait for however long. Yeah, so this article, yeah, this mama wraps up and says, with regards to this whole marriage situation and how many women actually do want to get married. So, Alisama, that's where things get more complicated. Yeah? The people we choose don't always choose us back. And that's not just a women's issue. It's true for men too. The gap between, quote unquote, I can get married and quote unquote, I can marry the person I truly want is much bigger than most of us like to admit. So these are facts, bro. I believe these facts. I want to call them truisms. I can't even debate with these ones. So number 1, the 5 things, if you're just joining me right now, the 5 things women lie about not liking. They don't, when in fact they actually do not mind these things. Yeah, they almost like these things. So number 1, I told you, cheating. Yeah, they don't mind being cheated on as long as the guy, doesn't embarrass her, as long as it's not known out there. The public doesn't know that, Cindy is being cheated on, right? Many women, you'll be surprised, they do know that their husbands are cheating. Their boyfriends. But in relation to that one, number two, I told you, apparently women don't mind mistreatments. A good number of women out there, as long as the man, yeah, as long as the guy is providing, as long as the money is right. It's quite sad, man. Some women actually do not mind the mistreatment. And then number three, deadbeats. Listen, there are many women out there who are dating other people's husbands. Yeah, so she doesn't mind. She doesn't even care that this guy is a deadbeat, as long as he is giving her full attention, her and her kids. And then number four, yeah, women do love attention. I think that's self-explanatory. And then last but not least, at number five, most women out here really do want to get married. Yeah, as opposed to what we read on social media, how, these days, many women, they're so empowered, they want to do life by themselves and their friends and their pets. No. Apparently, for real, many women would love to get married, but to the right guy. These days the thing is, they don't want to get married to the wrong guy. They would rather wait for however long it takes to get married to the right guy. Again, social dynamics. The right guy, your right guy, especially if you're not aging, that right guy might be interested in somebody younger. So it's crazy, man.